Hey everybody, Jim Tedesco here from Millennium County RR version 2.0 with another semi-interesting update. So let me turn the camera around and we'll get right into it. Hang on. Well, I went to Home Depot this morning, me and the wife, and we got a bunch of wood. Almost $400 worth, by the way. I tell you, this is an expensive hobby. Don't let anybody kid you. I got 6 sheets of plywood. They're 3/8, 4x8 foot sheets. Have them cut down to 3 foot, so they can slide right on the bench. And the excess, the extra foot, if you put them together, that forms a whole new sheet, so there won't be any waste, hardly at all. Which is good, because I can't afford waste. This plywood, by the way, was $29 a sheet. That was the cheapest I could find for actual plywood, which wasn't bad because most of it's in the $40 to $45 range. Crazy, huh? But anyway, before we put the tops on, I wanted to start pulling my bus line. So I went ahead and pre-drilled holes in all the 1x, and I fixed up my makeshift spool holder here. It's just basically a nail in the wood, and the spool sits on it, and as you pull it, it rotates so you don't have a big mess on your hands. So I started pulling already. Like I said, it's real easy. You just grab an end, pull it, push it through the hole, and so on until you get down to the end. Then I'll prefigure what I need on the other side, cut it, and pull it through as well. Because you really can't pull it around 3 corners, you just can't do it. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what some of the bench tops look like when they're finished or semi-finished, because they still have to have the foam put on them. I didn't buy the foam yet, and I'm not going to until probably at least set up this incline for the second level. So, well, actually I'll have to put the foam down before I set the incline up, come think of it. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. Now I did have to buy a few other things. I had to put a new blade on my chop saw. I wore out the old one. This time I got a finer cut. It's a 40 tooth. So I think it's a 40 tooth. So it's actually for like framing work. So I'm getting a lot smoother cuts in there because the old one was really starting to rip up the wood. I didn't like the way it was cutting. Plus it was even starting to burn through some of the 2x4s. So it was time for a new blade. Let me tell you something, these blades are expensive. I was lucky. I found a 2-pack at Home Depot for $40, which isn't bad for a 10-inch blade. Because they had another brand, they were $40 for each one, and I couldn't tell the difference in them either way as far as quality goes. So it's like anything else, you use it, it'll wear out, and you buy a new one. That's just the way it goes. Let's see, that's about it for now, so I'm going to pause the camera, and when I get some more work done, I'll get back on here and show you what I've done. So stay tuned. Alrighty, we're back. So, I got a lot done. I got all these tops put on. A little hard to walk here, it's a little cluttered. And there's a lot of stuff on the benches, but the boards are all nailed down. Had that done there. I'm not going to continue on until I get the rest of the framework up down the side. There's still a lot to do, and yeah, once I get the benches in, I don't have a lot of room to play as far as being up near the wall or the ceiling. And I still got to finish the ceiling the rest of the way down here, the trim. So we have to get that done. That'll probably be tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. You know, I was going to take today off, take a rest day, and that lasted about 4 hours. I brought the wood in here from Home Depot, and I says, you know, I want to get some work done. So I started working. Well, we're looking good. After the benches are done, then the foam comes next. And of course laying track, and I don't have a track plan yet. And I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do this. My original plan was to have 2 loops, one on each side, one there, and one on this side. Problem is, at 30-degree radius, I'll have about 16 inches between the loops to walk through. That's not much. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to have 1 loop on the left side over here. Maybe. Not 100% sure yet. And then maybe do one of those, that's what Dave Thurber's going to do, a pass-through gate. Not going to do an up or a down like I did before. I'm just going to have it go sideways. And I think that might be the way to connect both sides. And this way I could still make a complete loop around. It'll be an interesting setup. I'm still working it out on paper. I'm not ready to show it yet, so when I do, I will. But other than that, we're doing really good. So it's just a quickie video to get everybody up to speed on where I'm at. And of course the place is a mess right now. Yeah, got to crack a few eggs to make make dinner or some deal like that. To make an omelet, I think it is. Anyway, I'll clean it up before long, and it'll be looking good again. It's getting a little crowded in here with the sawhorses, ladders, saws. So I'll be glad to get all this stuff out of the way. Then I can put it back in the garage where it belongs and have some more open room here. So like I said, I still got some things to figure out, but tomorrow or the next day, I may even take tomorrow off. It depends how I feel. I'll continue up on the left side over there. Framework for the benches. And then get the bench tops on. I believe I have enough wood. I've got 3.5 sheets of plywood left. And if I need more, I'll get it. But I think that may be enough. Mostly. I may have to buy another sheet, who knows. But I wanted to get it before the prices went up. Because another thing is a little off topic, but I filled up my tank last week in the truck, and my car too. I filled up my tank in the car first. It was $2.47 a gallon. Then a week later, I filled up the truck, and it was $2.46 a gallon. Now, it was going down for a minute there. And I looked today, I didn't stop to get gas because I didn't need it, but I looked at a few of the gas stations, the average price was $2.59 for regular. So the gas goes up, everything's going to go up with it, so that's why I'm kind of in a big rush to get all the supplies I could possibly need, at least to get started. And there's still a few things I don't have any road bed, and I don't know if I'm going to stick with the same rubber I had before from Scenic, whatever that company is, or go with the cork. I'm really undecided. I guess I'll look at the price. It really doesn't matter. Either one will work. So I've got to get quite a bit of that because I don't have any. I do have 300 foot of flex track, and I've got a few turnouts, which I know I'm going to need more of those, and I'll bet those jumped up in price too. Everything's gotten crazy. I mean, pretty soon you're going to have to be a millionaire to be in this hobby. It's crazy. But a lot of that's our fault too, and I hate to be a whiner about it, but we keep paying the prices. If a locomotive goes up to $400 or $500, we got to have that loco. We'll go out and buy it. Well, the manufacturer, look, it's paid $400. You know, stop buying these things until the prices come down. We can control the pricing on a lot of this stuff. You stop buying it and let the manufacturers know we're not going to pay that much. Lower the price or sit on it. This is important, so spread the word around, you know, because there's no excuse for some of this stuff. I'm looking at box cars and stuff going for $54 and $58, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, they're nice, but they're not that nice, you know. It's crazy. I mean, I'll go 20 bucks on one, maybe even 25, but, you know, come on, $40, $50? I don't think so. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll regulate the prices with my wallet as best as I can, because I'm not a rich man, and just because I got a few extra dollars from the sale of my house in Naples, you know, doesn't mean I'm rich or that I can do out, you know. I've been lucky to get this far and really cutting into some of that profit, but, you know, that's the way it works. Anyway, I'll be rambling on all night if you let me, so I'm going to end this here. Until next time, keep it on the rails, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.